It was really interesting to me to hear about people just following him to the dinner table, and he is 19 years old. The Rookie of the Year race, though, this is the question. This is him compared to Ja Morant. And Matt, look, Ja Morant, clearly the front runner, right?
Absolutely.
He's played all of those games. That number 48 is the most important number on this chart.
Yeah.
But given all the other numbers, do you see any scenario where Zion can catch Ja by the end of the year?
I don't think so, and it's not going to be for his lack of talent or the numbers he's going to continue to put up. But like you said earlier, he's played Ja's already played 48 games. Like, what do we have, 25 games left in the season? So I think Ja has the Rookie of the Year sealed up, but I think that the league is in good hands. You know, these two guys are going to be superstars. They're going to, change their franchises for the better, and they're going to be faces of the league, as soon as the older guys step away. So, like you said, whether he wins or not, I don't think it's a big deal, but I think if he was playing at the beginning of the season, he would have been an all-star, and he probably would have been Rookie of the Year.
I can't remember the last time I was excited about a player as much as I have been excited about Zion, and his first 10 games have only increased that even more. I voted 2 years ago for Joel Embiid as Rookie of the Year. He played 31 games. I felt strongly about it at the time. If I feel strongly enough about this, I may vote for him too. I mean, my vote is not settled yet. Ja has put together a very impressive resume. They are 5.5 games clear of the Pelicans, the Grizzlies are, to get that last playoff spot. And if Ja leads his team into the playoffs, he's going to win it.
Right.
But I don't regret voting for Embiid. And if I feel it's right, I'll vote for Zion. And I'm, hopefully wouldn't regret that either.
Right. Well, look, you can take a look at how few games guys who have won Rookie of the Year have played. So this is not something that the writers usually hand out. I also voted for Joel Embiid in that campaign. So you see the lowest is 50, right? Patrick Ewing, Vince Carter. Kyrie Irving won it with 51 games. Joel Embiid played 31 games that year. But my argument, and I remember you sitting and making it as well, is for those 31 games, would you rather have, sorry, I'm going to do this backward. Would you rather have had Joel Embiid for those 31 games, or would you rather have had Malcolm Brogdon all season? That was the thing that I kept saying. And part of it was the case that Malcolm Brogdon had. Malcolm Brogdon is an impact player in this league. I am in no way saying that he is not a worthy person to be in the NBA, but he just didn't have the greatest rookie campaign. So Brogdon averaged 10 points, 2.8 rebounds, 4 assists. Embiid averaged 20.2 points, 7.8 rebounds, 2 assists. So to me, in that moment, I was like, look, I'd rather, if you told me I could have had Malcolm Brogdon for the whole season, 75 games he played, or Joel Embiid for 31 games, I would take the 31 games of Joel. And that's really what I would look at here. And I look at Ja, and Ja has played so well in those games. I think I will end up at, I'd rather have the Ja Morant
Ja is going to win it.
Yeah.
But I am going to keep watching. Because my vote is not settled. And in 3 or 4 years, I'd like to be able to do what I am with Embiid by saying, hey, I voted for Joel Embiid. And if Zion owns the league in 4 years, I may be able to say that.
I think if there was a situation where there was another rookie maybe only averaging 10 or 11 points in that situation.
That's the thing, is like, who are we talking about?
But Ja has been so consistent throughout the year.
And this is important, too.
And they're in the playoff race, which is huge.
They're directly competing for that 8th playoff spot, those two franchises, the Pelicans and the Grizzlies. So if Ja keeps his Grizzlies there and powers them into the playoffs ahead of schedule, that's worth stuff, too, in this Rookie of the Year.
And he's been spectacular.
Amazing.
Spectacular.
Absolutely amazing.
So to me, it's less about how many games does Zion end up playing. I think the maximum he could play at this point is 37 games. And by the way, the Pelicans have a bunch of back-to-backs on their schedule. And David Griffin has said he does not expect Zion to play all of those. So it will end up probably being less than 37. What are you comparing it to? With Joel Embiid, I was comparing, again, Malcolm Brogdon, lovely player.
I don't care about the games. I'll just decide.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.